Good morning, and welcome to the first real direct um, of the shamanic medicine team. Okay, you know that in each Monday I talk in Italian, each Wednesday in English, each Friday in French, but the topic is the same. So this week we start for real with the shamanic medicine theme or topic, but starting by my book Shamanica, Poesie, Cuore e Cultura. Awa is my shamanic name. Aletti Editore. You find this on ebook, on Google, on Mondadori, on Google, on Feltrinelli on Google. Hi Sandra, on Google, on Amazon, etc. So we start for real with shamanic medicine topic, but you have to forget everything. This is not the medicine you know. The word medicine in a shamanic culture has completely another meaning. It doesn't come to save, it doesn't come to care, it doesn't fix, it doesn't hide, it doesn't postpone. You have to forget everything. It throws you off, it breaks you, it wakes up you. And for this reason, accidents, illness, breakup, collapse, etc. Everything, I mean, real everything you call problems, everything you try to avoid, everything you try to avoid, what you fear, what you curse, for the shaman is sacred. So shaman medicine is a word that means a sacred bridge for contact your soul. That is the door, that is the medicine. The pain itself became the medicine. Ciao Andrea, buongiorno. The pain itself is the medicine. So now we live trapped in an egg, in a cocoon, in a bubble. We are able to see only shadows, only projections, comfortable lies. We live in this way, but we are not with our first and only first eye open, the third eye. Physical eyes, they watched toward us. The third eye watched inside us, in our soul, but is so inside that was outside the cocoon, outside the bubble, outside the egg, outside our shell. The event come with its fire, energy. So when event comes in our lives, it burning everything. Let us fire to experience the real without filters. Our mind is shaked, our muscles are shaked, our bones are shaked, our veins are shaked. We are completely shaked. And when we touch that nigredo phase of the alchemical work, forgetting even the shadow of ourselves, there and only there we have the great shamanic possibility of being reborn. And that is the true Shamanic medicine. The medicine has a double face in shamanic culture. The medicine is the pain, the medicine is the awaken. And within the greatest joy that devastated your soul, there exists the greatest shamanic medicine. However, you must listen to it. You must listen to it. Hmm. Not one bit has today's society encourages. You are depressed. You always heard the sentences. You are depressed. Take your pills. Go to the doctor. You have to be good. You have to be quiet. No, the force is in you, but you have to swim in that sea. You have to listen your drama. You have to listen your drama, and at that point where you are able, you have the volunteer of listening your drama. There, in the deep, there is the medicine. This is the only one significant, the only one meaning of shamanic medicine. Shaman, you have to remember, shaman is like a bridge. Shaman is like a bridge. The meaning of the name shaman, the meaning of this word is bridge. Shaman in Tunguza language is bridge. But bridge of what? Bridge that make you able to go from the third dimension, from your body to your soul. From this reality to other realities, to other realms. Hmm? And the great pain, the great trauma, or a profound depression are the only possibility of reaching the only true medicine. Wasting a moment of pain is wasting the great possibility, the great opportunity of self rebirth. And when the event arrives, it cracks the shell, it cracks the egg, it rips you out of sleep, and finally, when you face, not when you anesthetize with third dimensional medicines, but when you have the courage to face, to overcome, to swim in that dark sea, beyond the veil, beyond the fear, beyond you, that is the real, that is the real awakening. That is the real awakening. There is no awakening in another way. That is the real awakening. Is something you won't find in textbooks, something you won't find in a course, something you won't find by attending a shaman for a few months. Sure, it, sure that you can be, mm, that can be a significant help. But book and books in general, or attending a shaman, or attend a course, sure, that can be a significant help, but is only point start, is not your personal bridge. But it's the first light on that awakening shaman medicine. And the awakening medicine, the medicine, only comes for a deep, personal, intimate experience. Not for other, not only in this way. And when the shell is broken by trauma, by pain, no, one no longer hears the projected sound, but the real sound, the soul sound, the soul vibrations, without filters. And sound, vibration, because we are vibration, we are sounds, and sounds became the only source of dialogue, the only source of dialogue. Sound has the ability to shape and break the shell from the outside. From the outside, you are the sound you listen. You are the vibration of sounds you listen. What is shamanism if not the hunt and recovery of soul fragments in order to rebuild the whole and healthy and capable of vibrating with the great sound of the universe, opening it and closing it whenever desired without being swallowed up by it? What is shamanism if not that? And in Italian, on Monday, I was with one best friend of mine, Daniela Gruber. She's a performer of sound, a teacher of sound, but for introduce her, I began to speak about sound, and speaking of sound, I introduced on Monday a great friend, Daniela, but during this direct, Daniela there is not here now, but I tell you what for Daniela sound is, what is her experience, and she expressed a very important concept during the Monday live. Daniela says that instruments carry a profoundly healing soul. Daniela says that each instrument has a soul. For example, Tibetan bowls, for example, ocean drum, for example, gongs. Each instrument has its soul and its vibration, and every vibration make us able to feel and to grow up. She associated this instrument with 4 of the poems in my book. In my book, Sciamanica Poesia, Cuore e Cultura, there is a point where I talk about elements, the air, the fire, the earth, and the water. Daniela talk about these elements associated, and she associated um, an element for every poems, for every my poems. The sounds has no constraints, no filters. For example, I'm trying to explain you because these poems are not easy to translate in English, but I'm trying to give you my message. The water, for example, the water is a liquid, is a fluid. Mm? The water teach us letting go. The water teaches us to adapt ourselves. If you put water in a cup, water became cup. If you put water in a glass, water became glass. So, water is the symbol to adapt to life, to let go, to let go. But not only water, liquid in general. But now I'm speaking about elements, so I take water like inspiration. The fire, hmm, the fire burn everything. The fire cut off everything, burn. Forgive ourselves the possibility to reconstruct again and again and again and again. The earth is the girl is the earth represents the roots. mm, the roots is solid, a solid floor. Our bones, the earth is our bones, and the air is our represents our thoughts, our voice, our vibration. Gong, for example, they represents the air, our vibrations. Mm. If we enter into the sound, if we vibrate in resonance with it, we could see the wonderful journey toward ourselves. That is the only meaning of shamanic medicine. Mm. You can find my book on Mondadori, Feltrinelli, Libreria del Corso, on Amazon, on ebook, but you can order directly with me. I have, I think, 30 copies and not more. If you order on Google, maybe you have to wait, I don't know, about 2 weeks or 1 month, I don't know exactly. And by me, about 3 or 5 work days. Okay, so I finish my direct, and um, I hope to I hope to to give you a beautiful and an interesting point to analyze your vibration and the concept of medicine, the concept of depression, because depression in shamanic culture is the big illness to go in touch to touch the real medicine. Because if you are not depressed, you can awake yourself. This is the great point. And starting by this point, I give you a big hug. I hope you have a beautiful day. Thank you for watching, and thank you to people that will watch during the day or other days. Write everything you want down in my comments, and you have my mails, and see you in English version on next Wednesday. On next Wednesday, yeah. On Friday, I will have this direct in French language. If you have French friends that they can speak Italian or they can speak English, let them know this if they are interested in Italian language. We will see on Monday. Every day, Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 7 a.m. Okay? Kisses and have a good day. Thank you. Thank you to all.